Dear students, let's start new chapter, nuclear physics. So before going to learn about the syllabus, we will go through first the introduction part of the nuclear physics. What is nuclear physics? What are the things we are going to learn in it? So nuclear physics, here I kept two images. This is one and this is the another. In the first image, you can see there is a nucleus at the center and the electrons are revolving around the nucleus in different orbits, and those are shown by energy type images. So you can imagine how much energy it is contained. Okay, so here in this image, it is similar, but we shown some particles inside the nucleus. That is, one is the black, another is the red. The combination of these particles, it represents the nucleus, and these are the orbits in which the electrons are revolving, and this whole thing is called the atom. Okay, now nuclear physics, it is a quite interesting chapter, because you are going to study the subnuclear particles, nucleus and subnuclear particles. Okay, so that is the smallest particles that are present in this universe. Okay, an atom consists of positively charged region called nucleus. That is, atom consisting of positively heavy massive positive charge situated at the center of the atom is called nucleus. It was discovered by Rutherford, and the credit of discovery of nucleus thus goes to the Rutherford. So now how he performed the experiment, what are the things that we already discussed in, that is atomic spectra. He bombarded the alpha particle with the gold foil, and the bombarded alpha particles bounced back. So on the basis of that, he came to the conclusion that heavy massive positive charge is situated at the center of the atom, that is called nucleus. Okay, so the most of the atom is concentrated in the mass of the atom is concentrated in the nucleus of the atom. So here the total mass of the atom is concentrated at the center, is called nucleus, and here we imagine or we assume that the mass of the atom itself is the mass of the nucleus. So imagine how much dense this nucleus is. The volume of the nucleus is nearly 10 raised to minus 12th of that of the atom. If this is the whole atom, if you imagine, then 10 raised to minus 12th of this size of the atom is equal to the size of the nucleus. So it's quite difficult to imagine. I will tell you a simple example. If you consider this is a point nucleus and this is the outermost orbit of the atom, then the volume or the size of the atom is equal to the, that is this thing, that is the outermost orbit we consider. Clear? Then if you consider the size of the nucleus is equal to 1, then the radius between this nucleus and outermost electron is equal to 10,000. Imagine, dear students, how much small it is in an atom. I will take another example. If you are in a classroom and you are standing at the center of the classroom by holding a very fine small needle, if you put that needle tip at the center of the classroom, then the tip of the needle represents the size of the nucleus and your whole classroom represents the size of the atom, dear students. Can you imagine now? Okay. A nucleus of an atom generally consists of positively charged particles called protons and neutral particles called neutrons. Okay, so let us see atomic mass unit. So basically in nuclear physics we cannot use that is kg or gram or milligram, because those units are very big units compared with the size of the nucleus or the atom. Okay, so hence we choose an unit that defines the smallest, or that can use to measure the smallest mass of the particles. Okay, so atom is small and its nucleus is again a very small. The mass of the nucleus and its constituent particles is expressed by a very small unit called unified mass unit, that is U, or you heard about AMU, atomic mass unit. Then what is that atomic mass unit? Let us see. Atomic mass unit is defined as 1/12 of the mass of the carbon-12 atom. So dear students, why they chosen carbon instead of any other element? Initially the scientists were chosen the hydrogen, that is the lightest element in the universe. But later on they found that hydrogen is not a liberal element which cannot combine with all the elements to make a new element. So therefore they chosen, there are some complications might have came. So they chosen the carbon element. Carbon combined with the nitrogen, can combine with nitrogen, can combine with the oxygen, hydrogen. There are so many elements it can combine and form a new element. So therefore they taken a carbon element here. But dear students, the mass of the carbon atom they didn't taken. The mass of the hydrogen atom itself is taken, but comparing with the carbon atom. So therefore the one hydrogen atom mass is equal to 1/12 of the mass of the carbon-12 atom. That is the reason. Okay, so mass of 6C12 is nearly 1.993 into 10 raised to minus 26 kg, and the 1 mole of carbon atom contains 6.0225 into 10 raised to 23 atoms. Therefore, mass of 6.0225 into 10 raised to 23 carbon atom is equal to 12 gram. Therefore, mass of one atom of carbon is equal to 12 divided by this much number of atoms, that is 6.0225 into 10 raised to 23. So therefore, according to the definition of 1 AMU, 1/12 of the mass of the carbon atom. So therefore 1 divided by 12 into 12 divided by 6.0225 into 10 raised to 23. So that it is equal to 1.6604 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. So therefore 1 AMU, atomic mass unit or unified unit, that it is equal to 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg, dear students. So from this you can imagine how much small the nucleus is or the atom is. Okay, so energy equivalent to 1 AMU. So according to mass energy relation, E is equal to mc square, we know the mass m is equal to 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 27, and c is the velocity of light, that is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second square. Substitute these two values in this equation, we get it is equal to 1.49 into 10 raised to minus 10 joule. Okay, so if we divide this by using the charge of the electron, then it will convert into electron volts. So therefore it is equal to 931.25 into 10 raised to 6 electron volt, or it is equal to 931.25 million electron volt, or MeV. So therefore one atomic unit, that is U, is equal to 931 MeV, dear students. So let us study composition of nucleus, in the sense what are the sub particles that are present in the nucleus. That thing we are going to learn. In the beginning, the nucleus was assumed to be contain positively charged particle called proton and the negatively charged particle called electron. However, the negatively charged particle, it was established that electron cannot exist inside the nucleus. This leads to the discovery of neutron, led to the present concept of nucleus composed of protons and neutrons. The number of electrons outside the nucleus, that is these, or the protons inside the nucleus, that is positively charged particles, that is green particles you can see, nucleus is known as atomic number. It is represented by Z, dear students. So atomic number is equal to the protons number. The sum of the number of protons, that is Z, and the number of neutrons, that is N, is called mass number. It is represented by a capital A. The number of protons, the number of neutrons, and energy contained is called nuclides or nuclear species. Thus, A is equal to Z plus N. Therefore, protons and neutrons in a nucleus are collectively known as nucleons. So, nucleons are represented by ZXA, where X is the symbol of element, Z is the atomic number, and A is the mass number. Example 11Na23, that is sodium, in which 23 represents nucleons, 11 represents the proton number, and A minus Z minus means 23 minus 11, that is A minus Z is equal to 12 neutrons. So total number of neutrons are 12 there. Okay. Next, properties of protons and neutrons. Let us see. Proton is positively charged particle. Charge of the proton is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, that is charge of the electron itself, but it is positive charge. Mass of the proton is 1.672 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg, or in terms of atomic unit 1.007276. It has spin equal to half, that is 1 by 2, and it has a magnetic moment of 2.79 nuclear magneton. Okay. So let us see properties of neutron. Neutron has no charge on it, as it is a neutral. The mass of the neutron is 1.6748 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. So in terms of atomic unit, 1.00866. Third one, neutron has low ionizing power. Fourth, neutron inside the nucleus is stable. A free neutron is unstable and decay weakly according to the equation. A free neutron, that is 0 N1, disintegrate into one proton, that is 1 H1, plus one electron plus one anti-neutrino, dear students. Clear? So you remember this thing, that is most important, is a free neutron is unstable. You remember this thing, dear students. So in coming classes you are going to study that. So it has a spin equal to 1 by 2 into h divided by 2 pi, that is h is a Planck's constant. Seventh one, its magnetic moment is 1.91 nuclear magneton. Okay, so remaining introduction part we will discuss in the next class. So you are still learning the introduction part of the nuclear physics. Okay, so stay home, stay safe. Thank you.